Hello dear students, today we are revising chapter number 1, the Indian Constitution of your civics book. So first I will explain the summary of the chapter, in which we will describe the definition of the Indian Constitution, what is the Constitution, what is the meaning of Constitution. Next point which we will discuss, that why does a country need a constitution, and then we will discuss the key features of the Indian Constitution. So let's start our topic, the Indian Constitution. The first point of your chapter is the what is Constitution. This chapter tells us about the Indian Constitution key feature, and every society has the constituents rules that make it what is and differentiate it from other kind of society. In a large society where different communities live together, these rules are formulated through the consensus and are available in written form. It means the constitution is a written document of the rules अकॉर्डिंग टू विच अ कंट्री इज गवर्न. एक ऐसा रिटर्न डॉक्यूमेंट जिसके अकॉर्डिंग पूरी कंट्री क्या करती है, गवर्न करती है. इट इज़ द डेफिनेशन ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. नाउ नेक्स्ट पॉइंट ऑफ योर चैप्टर इज व्हाई डू वी नीड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. Constitution guaranteed a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kinds of people to live together. एक coordination जो ज़रूरी होता है लोगों के बीच में ताकि वो साथ रह सके, और उस coordination का काम कौन करता है, Constitution. It specified how the government will be constituted, who will have power to take which decision. यह भी बताता है कि किस तरह से गवर्नमेंट जो है वर्क करेगी, और साथ में कि किसके पास कितना पावर होगा और कौन उसका डिसीजन ले सकता है. इट्स ऑल रिटन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ओनली. Next, third point is it lays down limits on the powers of the government and tell us what is the right for citizen. कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट होती है जो डेमोक्रेसी में, उसके पास बहुत पावर रहता है, लेकिन उस पावर को जो लिमिट में करता है, यानी कि उस पर भी कई सारे लिमिटेशन होती है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट किसके अकॉर्डिंग वर्क करती है, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. यानी कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन गवर्नमेंट से भी बड़ा है, तो कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट के पावर को भी लिमिट में लाती है, और जो हमारे राइट्स हैं, सिटीजन्स के राइट्स हैं, उन्हें प्रोटेक्ट करती है. नेक्स्ट इज़ इट एक्सप्रेस द अप्रिशिएशन ऑफ द पीपल अबाउट द क्रिएटिंग अ गुड सोसाइटी. और कहीं ना कहीं एक अच्छी सोसाइटी के फॉर्मुलेशन में इसका बहुत बड़ा रोल होता है. अब नाउ आई एम गिविंग द एग्जांपल ऑफ नेपाल. नेपाल इंडियाज़ नेबरिंग कंट्री बिकम अ डेमोक्रेसी इन 2006. वहाँ पर डेमोक्रेसी कब इस्टेब्लिश हुई थी, 2006 में. बट उससे पहले वहाँ मोनार्की गवर्नमेंट थी, यानी कोई भी फॉर्म हो गवर्नमेंट का, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. यानी कि पहले भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन था मोनार्की गवर्नमेंट में, उसके बाद जब डेमोक्रेसी बनी वहाँ पे 2006 में, देन दे री रिटन देयर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. So it's all about the why does a country need a constitution. Now we will discuss the Indian Constitution key features. What is the key features of the Indian Constitution? First key feature of the Indian Constitution is federalism. Federalism means more than one level of government in the country. In India, there are 3 levels of government: central government, state government and local self-government. Constitution define the powers of each level of government. की constitution जो है हर एक गवर्नमेंट, जो चाहे वो स्टेट है, चाहे वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है, चाहे लोकल, सबकी पावर डिफाइन करता है, ताकि सारे ही जो चेन है एक जो गवर्नमेंट की, वो प्रॉपरली वर्क कर सके. सो इट इज़ द फर्स्ट की फीचर ऑफ द इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. एंड नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस द पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट. So next key feature of the Indian Constitution is parliamentary form of government. Now India is the democratic country, and the parliamentary form of government according Constitution of India guarantees universal adult franchise for all citizens. That means that the people of India have a direct role in electing their representative. Also, every citizen of the country, irrespective of his her social background, can also contest in election. These representatives are accountable to the people. It means every person, those who are 18 years and above, has right to vote according to the parliamentary form of government, and representative, those who we have those who elected by us, they will work for the people, and no discrimination will be on the basis of caste, sex, religious and place of birth. Every citizen have right to uh, give the vote and elect their leaders, so that the particular leader can the work for the people. Next key feature of the Indian Constitution is separation of power. According to our Constitution, there are three organs of government. First is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. Now first about the legislatures. Legislature refers to our elected representative, and executives refers to a group of people who are responsible for the implementing law and running the government. Executives are two types. First is political executive and second is permanent executive. Political executives are the leaders, are representatives, those who elected by the people. They are elected for the fixed period of time, at least 5 years we have elected our leaders. And permanent executives are the people who are responsible for the implementing law and running the government. Both work are the same. They both are implementing law and running the government, but permanent executive are the expert of their field. They are administrative civil servants, and they are their post till their retirement. So these about the executives. And last is judiciary. Judiciary refers to a system of court. It means the three separation of power in the three institution. First is legislature, second is executive, and third is judiciary. They all work for the people. Now next key feature of the Indian Constitution is our fundamental rights. Fundamental rights protect citizens from any discrimination. The Constitution also guaranteed the right of the minority against majority. And fundamental rights are the Indian Constitution are: first is right to equality, second is right to freedom, third is right against exploitation, fourth is right to freedom of religious, fifth is culture and educational right, and sixth is right to constitutional remedies. These all fundamental rights are given by the Constitution to us. It protects our rights, and this give the liberty of the people. And the Constitution also has a section like the directive principle of the state policy ensure the greater social economic reform. It serves as a guide to the independent Indian state to the institute law policies that help reduce to poverty of the masses, and these rights protect citizens from the domination of the majority also. So it's all about the fundamental rights of the Indian Constitution. Now last key feature of the Indian Constitution is secularism. A secular state is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religious as the state religious. India officially do not have any religious, and all religious are equal in the eyes of law. इट मीन्स इंडिया जो है एक ऐसा स्टेट है जहाँ पे बहुत सारे जो रिलीजियस हैं उन्हें फॉलो किया जाता है, और सभी को रिलीजियस फॉलो करने की लिबर्टी भी है. स्टेट का कोई स्पेशल रिलीजियस नहीं है. इट मीन्स कोई भी पर्सन अपने रिलीजियस का यूज़ नहीं कर सकता है पॉलिटिकल्स में. यानी सेपरेशन है रिलीजियस फ्रॉम स्टेट. एंड रिलीजियस आर इक्वल इन द आइज ऑफ लॉ, यानी जो लॉ के नज़र में सारे ही रिलीजियस क्या है, इक्वल है. और सभी को प्रोटेक्शन देता है कौन, judiciary system. So we have discussed the 5 key feature of the Indian Constitution. Federalism means level of government, parliamentary form of the government, universal adult franchises में हमने किया. Then separation of power between the legislature, executive and judiciary. ये 3 organs of the governments work individually on their field. Fourth is fundamental rights, in which we have discussed all fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religious, cultural and educational right, and right to constitutional remedy. And last was secularism. A secular state is one in which the state does not officially promote any one religious is the state religious. India officially do not have any religious. All religious are equal in the eyes of law. I hope you all have listened carefully and revised this chapter. Keep learning. Thank you.